The young man just executed a fundamental sword draw, yet it left the director utterly astonished because a novice shouldn't possess such proficiency. I employed an advanced technique, flash step, prior to swinging the sword. More significantly, just before the flash, I identified the bully's most vulnerable point and struck forcefully, shattering their defense. The entire sequence transpired in less than 0.25 seconds, a feat even the director, with 15 years of experience, couldn't accomplish. It's incredible for someone newly awakened with no prior combat experience. Executing a warrior's move with such skill is impressive. This world blends magic and demons, allowing everyone to awaken various professions via the 5 elements. In my past life, I led the Divine Legion, the top team of awakened warriors, featuring the electric assassin An Li, the lively mage Han Xiaoling, the galaxy conductor Lucian, and myself as the river system holy swordsman. A traitor also left a lasting mark on me. Today is my 10th year leading the team, and our mission is to eliminate the SSS level demon king, Bell. This is the 100th high-level demon cave we've faced. This mission is called the LG Purge mission. Though L level is the toughest, once we finish it, we can enjoy a short break. With perfect teamwork, I used 10 Directions Annihilation and finally beat Belphegor. Yet the team felt a bit unsatisfied, surprised the demon cave was so easy. Lucian quickly reminded everyone to stay alert, as it's odd for such a simple task to need our whole team to clear the cave. I agreed with Lucian. The intel mentioned this Demon King was unique, with 5 elements and hidden skills. Just then, delicate hands hugged Anle from behind, asking if we were planning a group meal during our short break, or if I was inviting him alone. I quickly pushed him away, deciding we should all meet at our usual spot in the Holy City. I then asked my teammates, "Isn't that guy keeping up with us?" Lucian said he was behind, cleaning up after the fight with Belphegor, but we were all used to it. That guy always lags behind, and he's usually the best at slacking. Suddenly, Han Xiaoling's head was pierced, and he died instantly, without a scream. This caught everyone off guard, and as I tried to turn, I realized I couldn't move. Then, a familiar voice whispered that for the past month, he'd been mixing paralyzing powder into our breakfasts. As he finished speaking, the divine skill, Forbidden Flower of Slowness, activated, and vines bound us tightly. The dreadlocked man, who claimed to be cleaning up, finally revealed himself, aiming to kill the strongest among us. It's impossible to move forward without full prep. It's the God's will. The L-level Purge mission aims to eliminate you. Bound, we're defenseless, like lambs to slaughter at others' mercy. Vines shot at Anla and the others, but as captain, I could only watch as their chests were pierced. I angrily asked the dreadlocked man why he targeted us, the Divine Legion, who never crossed boundaries. Which God's will was this, and why were we treated this way? Hearing this, the dreadlocked man sneered, saying I was still naive. Does a god need a reason to want you dead? With those words, he charged at us with incredible speed. His arm pierced my chest, leaving me frozen. In my last moments, confusion filled my eyes. Weren't we comrades? After over 10 years, hadn't we become like family? The dreadlocked man smirked. Comrades? Family? Do you still not get why I'm doing this? Since day one, the gods have played a chess game. You've always been pawns, manipulated at will. To gain your trust, I acted with you for so long, and it's been disgusting. In the dead of night, a gunshot echoed through the building. Except for the man with dreadlocks, the entire God's Legion was wiped out. I felt so unwilling. If only I had discovered it earlier, I could have changed this tragic outcome. At that moment, a voice echoed in my mind. Let's make a deal. As the words fell, I found myself in complete darkness, wrapped in chains. Soon, a man in a suit appeared before me, surrounded by the 5 elements. I recognized him as Belphegor, but why wasn't he dead? Belphegor laughed and explained, how could an SSS-level demon king be so miserable? This is my soul space. The only dream. My country is my true life. I can sense that you are filled with hatred just like me, so I want to make a deal with you. My hidden skill is called Reversal of Fate, which can take you back to the distant past, giving you a chance to rectify and change everything. So, do you want to start over, Termite? I recall the moments with my companions over the past 10 years. How could I not want to see their smiles again? The real culprit of all this is that traitor. It was his betrayal that led to our demise. I told Belphegor that I want to start over, and I want to personally kill that traitor. and those lofty gods. This response made Belphegor quite pleased, and he promptly pulled out a blazing heart from his chest, surrounded by the 5 great elements, as a gift for our meeting. I didn't take it immediately, and asked why he wanted to deal with me and what the cost was. Belphegor didn't reply, just gave a knowing smile. When I opened my eyes again, I saw my middle school homeroom teacher, Ms. Huang. "Termite, stand up. It's one thing to fool around in class usually, but you're about to transfer jobs this afternoon, and you still dare to sleep. Get to the back and stand." Looking at my young hands, I was stunned, unable to believe I had actually returned to my middle school days. Belphegor's ability is amazing. It really sent me back in time. As I marveled, Mr. Huang tapped the desk, urging everyone to focus. This world has 5 elemental powers: electricity, flower, cloud, and star, and each person can only have one element. Those who aspire for things possess the rare cloud element. Depending on how the elemental power merges with each person's body, it can be categorized into 3 main types: combat, functional, and special, due to the 5 elemental powers. Different roles have given rise to many different professions. I know that standing out among billions, as potential individuals with awakening power, you are already far superior to others, surrounded by flowers and applause from a young age. However, today is your most important day. Currently, there are nearly 100 known awakening professions, graded from low to high as green, blue, red, and gold, and each person only has one chance to awaken their profession. Therefore, the moment you determine your profession this afternoon will decide your future status in the world. After class, as I walked around the campus, suddenly my friend, Eyeglasses, fell beside me. The one who shoved him was the school bully, Hong Shangsheng. "You all need help to awaken and dare block my way. Think you're special because you're about to awaken. To someone like me, a red quality profession awakener, you're nothing." Pressured, the bespectacled kid quickly handed over his pocket money, pleading with Hong Shangsheng to let him go. In my past life, I remember Hong Shangsheng often clashing with classmates. He seemed to have some superhuman gene, always causing trouble. Just then, Teacher Huang arrived. Yan cautioned Hong Shangsheng, "This is an educational institution. Are you disregarding the regulations?" Hong Shangsheng nonchalantly shrugged, claiming the bespectacled student collided with him, and that purchasing milk tea for his friends was justified. He murmured to Teacher Huang, "Defending students, are you? Without your appearance, you'd be dismissed from here." Teacher Huang disregarded him, assisted the bespectacled student to his feet, and inquired if he was alright. I recall Teacher Huang distinctly. He possesses a sharp tongue, but a gentle heart. Back then, after I awakened, I could help a lot. Just then, the teacher from the next class waved to remind us it was our turn for the awakening room. Mr. Wang quickly gathered the students, urging them to stay calm during the awakening to prevent injury. I recall awakenings here happen in 2 ways. Natural awakening, like Hong Changshen, usually occurs in those with strong physical traits and talent, awakening spontaneously during intense emotions. The other is through the awakening space room. Upon entering the space, emotions and adrenaline quickly catalyze, aiding potential awakenings. Since each person awakens just once and it's random, this transition is viewed as a singular chance to reshape one's destiny. When my turn came to enter the awakening room, Teacher Huang firmly reminded me to concentrate. I nodded, saying I knew. In my past life, I awakened as a Harmony Series warrior, a green quality, mediocre profession, leading to frequent bullying. Later on, I advanced to F, just in time to awaken the rarest type. I should still have core elements, but I wasn't sure what guidance I'd awaken this time. Suddenly, a mechanical voice sounded, saying the awakening system found an error and identified 5 elements. The Infinite Awakening system activated. Since my body has 5 elemental types, I can pick any element and profession as my initial career. Later, when an element accumulates enough, I can get a new random profession of that element, or upgrade an existing one. After hearing the system's intro, I was stunned. Not only can I choose the element and profession now, but I can also get new professions later. I am capable of obtaining all the various profession qualities, including the special one. The system elaborated that only the initial profession is freely chosen, while subsequent ones are determined randomly. I recalled the heart from Belphegor, a valuable gift that grants infinite awakening. The system then mentioned that after selecting the first profession, all element bars would reset. I smiled faintly, having already made up my mind. As I exited the awakening room, Mr. Huang hurried over, inquiring about my profession. I sighed and said, "Apologies, I have to disappoint you."
I awakened to the lowest green quality of a Hexy warrior. Hearing this, Teacher Huang's face turned somber, but he still urged me not to give up. Even with green quality, many extraordinary talents have emerged. I didn't need his comfort, as I couldn't even imagine how strong I could become. At this moment, Hong Qiangsheng walked over, loudly mocking me, saying, "Remember, Teacher Huang, you seem capable. So why spout this useless talk? Green quality means you're at the bottom. This world is like this. The gods choose people, and they only pick the strong. The weak are just there to be." As he said this, murderous intent surged in my eyes. My previous life's death was tied to those gods. Just then, Hong Qiangsheng told Teacher Huang, "You know, right? From now on, those with a green profession can only sit in the back and listen. That's society. Without strength, background or future, you're left behind by fairness. The strong get better resources and grow stronger. From awakening, those with a green profession are meant to stay at the bottom, doing menial tasks. Do you really think hard work can turn a green quality into a genius? It's just like everyone's birth. Your future is already set by our awakeners, and the school reflects that. I recall, Mr. Huang, you're a blue profession, right? Just stay as a teacher living off public funds. And you, kid with green quality, go home early and stop wasting resources." As he finished, I crushed the cup, splattering the drink on his face, telling him to shut his foul mouth. Hearing this, Hong Qiangsheng smirked and swung his heart's thorn at me with force. In the next moment, I summoned a sword and blocked it, then activated my warrior skills. The red wall saint flew out like a kite with its string cut, spitting blood. Everyone was stunned. I couldn't believe I actually knocked back a red quality professional. Unconvinced, Hong Qiangsheng stood up, claiming it was just luck I dodged his attack. However, having seen it all, Teacher Huang knew it wasn't mere luck. He realized I used the warrior profession's unique top-tier skill, blocking the damage at the strongest attack and reflecting it back within 0.09 seconds, a move needing 10 years of hard practice to master. With this thought, Teacher Huang's expression grew even more shocked. How did a student with no combat experience on the first day of awakening manage this? At that moment, Hong Qiangsheng pulled out a bayonet, determined to beat me until I doubted my life and crawled out of school. However, he didn't know I was ready, which is why I chose this seemingly weakest profession. Judging a person's future and fate from birth is a serious mistake they realized years later. Choosing a river warrior was because its advancement grants unique qualities and powerful skills that surpass others. The atmosphere was getting more tense. Classmates watching are worried because using awakened powers for private fights is strictly banned at school. Seeing the situation, Teacher Huang quickly advised us not to act rashly, saying we might still be allies in future battles. Hong Qiangsheng angrily refused, saying this guy just provoked him as a senior, and now you're asking me to stop? Even if he kneels and begs for mercy, it won't work. I want him to understand the huge gap between the chosen and the ordinary. Hearing this, Teacher Huang thought this wasn't good. The reason for such a big difference in quality is due to different attribute bonuses. The attribute bonus for green quality is 100%, which means unchanged, while for the same profession in blue quality it's 150%. The red quality is an astonishing 200%. At the moment of awakening, all attributes of a red class are twice that of a green class, creating an insurmountable gap in strength. My friend with glasses also thinks I'm done for. Whether it's actual strength or background strength, I'm completely outmatched by my opponent. Why provoke someone stronger than yourself for no reason? Such despicable people are indeed hateful, but to struggle and survive in such a world, you must learn to avoid the trash. When you can't avoid it, you must learn to swallow your pride. Being adaptable is the key to longevity. Direct confrontation is the most foolish choice, and waiting for your command is an even greater humiliation. At this moment, Hong Qiangsheng launched a fierce attack at me, but I stayed calm, standing firm, as I had no intention of dodging. The skill was activated in an instant, and my speed increased by more than 50% in a short period. I moved as fast as lightning and appeared behind him in a flash. Hong Qiangsheng couldn't understand how I did it. Immediately after, he spat out a large amount of blood and eventually, exhausted, knelt on the ground, coughing violently. This battle ended so quickly that even Teacher Huang couldn't see what happened, but class president Qi Yin had a thoughtful expression. He saw that the moment I attacked from the red wall, I once again used the warrior class's unique rapid skill. Furthermore, it was the advanced form of the rapid skill. He couldn't see clearly how I easily dealt with the opponent in that instant, but he was certain that I had not only mastered the highest level of the warrior's basic skills, but also seamlessly applied them in combat. Even in that brief moment, I considered not violating the school's rules in public. At this point, the system notified me that I gained 50 points of professional experience and 50 points of galaxy elements for severely injuring a level 1 new element opponent, which was exactly as I had anticipated. Engaging in pro battles can build career experience, and beating an elemental foe can earn element points. But 50 points are too few. I need to clear some dungeons fast to level up and advance quicker. At this moment, Hong Changsheng, trembling, stood up to stab me from behind, but was halted by a firm voice. The person stopping him was the head of the junior high department, Hong Liang. He told the watching students to stop and go home early to rest, and to report their awakening obsessions to their families. The word home hit me like lightning, and I didn't notice Hong Liang had already approached me. I suddenly remembered something crucial. Since I went back 20 years, they are all still alive. On Awakening Day, something else happened that I can't let go of. With that, I left school quickly. Hong Liang, feeling ignored, got angry, turned and scolded teacher Huang to watch his students, saying they should act like nothing happened today. Moments later, Hong Liang took his nephew to the office, and Hong Changsheng's eyes were full of defiance, thinking it was just that kid's luck. I could never lose to him. Right after he said that, Hong Liang slammed the table and told him to be quiet. Do you know what that kid did? When you rushed at him, he used an advanced skill, Swift Flash. But more importantly, just before he flashed, in that split second before you made contact, he found the weakest point in your body and struck it hard, breaking your defense completely. This whole sequence used only basic warrior skills, but even after 15 years of battles, I might not execute them so well. Your fight was like a pro player toying with a max-level elementary schooler using basic moves. That kid isn't as simple as you think. Meanwhile, I am running home at full speed. If there's anything I must do after being reborn besides seeking revenge, it is to prevent the impending tragedy, even if it means risking my life to stop it.